All right, so 2C, Pre Intermediate Workbook. Workbook 2C, Pre Intermediate, that is from English file. Right, let's get started. 2C, 1 October evening. Exercise 1, grammar. It's about time sequences and connectors. The first exercise, A, as you can see, we need to fill in the gaps. We need to fill in the gaps. And we are given these time sequences, the words that we can, the words and phrases actually, we can use them to fill in the gaps, and we can use them only one time each time. So, an amazing holiday. One summer, I decided to travel to Peru. I flew to Lima and then traveled to a near town near Machu Picchu to spend the night. So then I traveled to a town near Machu Picchu to spend the night. Okay, now here we got open space and then comma. I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. So we got one summer is gone. So after that, I climbed the mountain. Suddenly, I climbed the mountain. The next day, 2 minutes later, when? So I think the next day is the best option for us here. So I'm going to write the next day. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, the next day I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. I was quite tired. I reached the top. I quite tired, reached the top. After that, suddenly, 2 minutes later, there's 3 of them. Guys, we use at the beginning of the sentence. You know, it's not a good idea to put them in the middle. So we have got only one word that we can use for number 3. So, when. I was quite tired when I reached the top. Okay, so that's also done. So when is done. Right. I saw a man who was at the same university as me. So here, after that, suddenly, 2 minutes later. So suddenly will be the best choice because we're talking about something unexpected. So like suddenly, I saw a man. Suddenly, I saw a man who was at the same university as me. Okay, now suddenly is gone. 2 minutes later, after that. So we've got 2 spaces left, number 5 and number 6. So 2 minutes later, he came over to me. After that, he came over to me. So it's a good idea to put after that in number 6 because now we have to say what happened 2 minutes later. So after I saw, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes later, he came over to speak to me. 2 minutes later. So he came over to speak to me and he was just as surprised as I was. And then the last one is after that, right? After coming. So he came over to him. So after that, we're going to put after that, number 6. The time sequences, we use them when we talk about sequence. Sequence, it means what happened after that. First, second, third, fourth. In this meaning, we can use this word. After that, we decided to travel together. We had a great summer and we carried on seeing each other when we got home. In fact, we got married 2 years later, and we now have a beautiful daughter called Beth. Okay, very good for them. So that's done. Now we can move to the next page. Okay, reading aloud is very important for pre-intermediate level. So while you're doing the workbook activities or homework, you have to read aloud when you're doing the exercises. So again, an amazing holiday. One summer, I decided to travel to Peru. I flew to Lima and then traveled to a town near Machu Picchu to spend the night. The next day, I climbed, not climb, but B is silent, guys, here. B is silent. Okay, I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. I was quite tired when I reached the top. Suddenly, I saw a man who was at the same university as me. 2 minutes later, he came over to speak to me, and he was just as surprised as I was. After that, we decided to travel together. We had a great summer, and we carried on seeing each other when we got home. In fact, we got married 2 years later, and we now have a beautiful daughter called Beth. Great. Now we're going to move to B. As you can see, B is the B is asking us to circle the correct ending, A or B. Number one, although James was very late, A, the first one is done. His boss didn't say anything. Okay, so although we use for contrasting something, yes. So coming late is something not good, but the boss didn't say anything. So A perfectly makes sense. Number two, I got up late. So I got up late. So A, I didn't have time for breakfast. B, I didn't hear the alarm clock. So you got up late. So I didn't hear the alarm clock. It doesn't make sense logically. So I got up late. So the result, I didn't have time for breakfast. So A will be the perfect answer. Number three, the tickets were really expensive, but I decided not to buy one. Now, when I say but, this is contradiction. So expensive, but I bought it. So B is better. I decided to buy one. Expensive, the tickets were expensive, but I decided to buy one. See, before but, we need to put comma, yeah? Don't forget that. For Laura ran to the station because it's a reason. Why? Why Laura ran to the station? Well, because she was late. She missed the train. So you would not run when you miss the train. So you run to the station because you are late. You are late. After missing the train, we usually don't run. Why would I run to it? It's missed. That's it. It's gone. But I'm late, so I run to the station because I hope to catch the train. Number five, although my flat is small, I need a bigger one. It doesn't make sense. Although my flat is small, it's perfect for me. So I like it. Although it's contrast, like it gives the meaning of but. Like my flat is small, but it's perfect for me. That is the meaning. Yeah? Although my flat is small, it is perfect for me. Great. Now we're gonna do C. Page 16. Yes, I'm on page 16. Complete the sentence with a word from the list. So we got, although we can use 2 times, because 1 time, but 2 times, so 2 times. All right. Now, I didn't have time, so I didn't have any breakfast. I didn't have time. So we use to talk about the result of something. Yes. Number 2, it was really hot. It was really hot. I had a great holiday in Egypt. So if you really hot is not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing. But now we are having great holiday in Egypt. So this is contradiction. Contradiction. So we're going to use but here, guys. But. Number 3, I don't really like Ryan. I went on a date with him. So this guy is saying she doesn't like Ryan, but she went on a date. So this is contrast, right? So although, yes. So although I don't really like Ryan, I went on a date with him. Number 4, the door to my flat was open. Number 4, the door to my flat was open. So what's the result? So I called the police. Or in other words, I called the police. Why? Because the door to my flat was open. We can also say in another way, right? Number 5, Mark has a lot of money. He's really mean. Mean, it means a guy who doesn't like to spend money. So Mark has got a lot of money, but he doesn't like to spend money. So he is mean. Mean is a person who doesn't like to spend money. So here we got contrast. Someone has got a lot of money, but he is mean. So we're going to use here although. Although. Yes. All right. Number 6. Mandy canceled her credit cards. Why? Why would Mandy cancel her credit cards? There must be a reason. So because she couldn't find her purse. When you can't find your purse or wallet, you get worried because you might have lost it. So you have to cancel your credit card, otherwise someone might use it. Number 7, we wanted to go for a meal after the cinema. All the restaurants were closed. We wanted to go for a meal after the cinema, but, so I'm going to put comma, but all the restaurants were closed. So we used but 2 times, so that's gone. We used so 2 times here. So it is also gone. Although we used 2 times, because we used 1 time, all perfect. Great. Now we are moving to the next page, page 17. Page 17. Word stress. So we got here several words here, bunch of words. I can also say, and we got bunch of words. As you can see, they are 2 syllables, right? They are 2 syllables. So maybe I can make it a little bit closer. Here you go. They are 2 syllables. As you can see, there's a line here to separate the syllable. Across, after, again, along, although. All of them, they are 2 syllables. As you can see, 2 syllables. So, word stress. Some of the words, we put the stress on the first syllable. Some of them, we put them on the second syllable. So, for example, after, so the first syllable stress. And then the second column is second syllable stress. So after, so I'm going to put the stress on here. After. Across, look, across is on the same, second syllable, across. So across, after, again, along, second syllable, although, I'm not saying although, you have to say although, second syllable. Now this one is awful. Look, awful. Awful. Yes? Awful. So we can make a different color for the first syllable. So this is after. Yes? So awful because. So there is a second syllable. Before, second syllable. Behind, second syllable. We're not saying behind, right? Behind, second syllable. Now, birthday. Look, birthday, birthday, and evening, evening, evening. Hurry, hurry, not hurry, huh? Hurry. And then invite. Invite, that is second syllable. Invite, right? Perfect. I'm not saying perfect, huh? Perfect. So the first syllable. Quickly, quickly, and then summer, summer, not summer, huh? Summer. All right, so we're going to quickly write them down to the in the table. So let's do that. So we're going to write the first syllable stress one, awful. Awful. And then we got here birthday, birthday, right? I got evening, evening, yes. Hurry, hurry. You see, in English language, a double consonant we pronounce as one consonant. Like we don't say hurry, huh? We say hurry, hurry, and then perfect, perfect, and quickly, and then summer. Okay, so that will be it. Maybe we can do it this way a little bit. No, we can't do that. So let's keep it as it is, like that. And now we're going to write down the second syllable stressed words. So across is done. After is done. So now we got here again, again, and then along, although, although, because, before, behind, behind. Then we got invite, invite, invite. Some students from Central Asian countries, they got problem with V, yeah? So they tend to say invite, invite, which is wrong. So it should be invite, V, invite. Okay. So let me quickly make a small correction here. Make a small correction here. This one. Let's use the color, the pink one, because this is the first syllable after. Great. So that's done. That's done. So let's double check with listening to the pronunciation of these words. I'm going to play the audio now.
2.3 2C Pronunciation 1. First syllable stressed.
After. Awful. Birthday. Evening. Hurry. Perfect. Quickly. Summer.
2. Second syllable stressed.
Across. Again. Along. Although. Because. Before. Behind. Invite.
All right, so let's move on now to exercise 3. That is vocabulary related exercise. Verb phrases. Verb phrases, we need to match the sentence halves. So Jamie and Hannah met, D, which is here, met in a club. Met in a club. He played, so her dinner for her at the door, a great time, to a nice restaurant, the club, very late. A song, so he played a song for her. So we can put G here. G. She left, so G is also gone. She left. She left the club very late. F is better. He waited. He waited. Okay, so for, after wait, we use for. So he waited for her at the door. So B is good. She gave what? She gave her to dinner. Doesn't make sense. A great time, to a nice restaurant. Give him her phone number. So H is good. She gave him her phone number. So H. He invited, right? He invited her to dinner. A is better. So we're going to write here A. He took her. So we got C, a great time. He took her a great time. He took her to a nice restaurant. So E is better. He took her to a nice restaurant and they had a great time. C will be the answer. All right, guys. So now we're going to move to the next exercise. B. Complete the sentences with a verb from the list. So we got here list here. So we need to complete according to the meaning. The first one has been done for us already. We had a great night at the club and we only left at about 5 in the morning. Left is gone. Sally was alone in the restaurant, but I think she was for somebody. She was for somebody. So waiting for, because after wait we use for. So we're going to write here waiting. She was waiting for somebody. Oliver liked Helena, so he her to dinner. So he her to dinner. So invited. Invited. So he invited her to dinner. Number 4, I can't talk now because I'm in a hurry. Right? I'm in a hurry. Okay, so that's also done. Number 5, when I saw Harry, he was along the high street in his new car. So new car must be driving. So he was driving. Past continuous. It's a perfect match. So he was driving along the high street in his new car. All right, Lara spoke to the DG and the DG, he, her favorite song. Song, so it must be played. He played. He played. So the important thing here, okay, doing the workbook is good. But if you read aloud, while you're doing the exercise, this is the best because it develops your speaking skills as well. Lara spoke to the DG and he played her favorite song. So don't do the exercise silently. The cat, number 7, the cat across the road, but I stopped the car in time. So the cat ran across the road, but I stopped the car in time. The run is gone. Jane wanted to stay in touch, so I gave. So I gave her my phone number. So it's all done. All right, so I think that we got one more exercise left. The C exercise, yes. Now answer the questions about you. That's about us. And it's saying write full sentence. That's the important, guys. Write full sentence. When you write full sentence, you will learn better. So I'm going to write my answer, but you can do your own answer and then you can show to your teacher for correction. So when was the last time someone invited you to dinner? So I can say there are 2 ways of answering it. A little bit shorter one, you can say it was It was 2 weeks ago. Okay, this is shorter way. It was 2 weeks ago. All right, this is the first one. Or you can say the last time someone invited me to dinner was 2 weeks ago. Okay, so we're doing it just, I'm showing it both ways, because if you do that, you will learn more. So when you practice the long ones, it will teach you how to write correctly, and also it will teach you how to speak properly, because when you practice with longer sentences, it's better, guys. It was 2 weeks ago, or the last time someone invited me to dinner was 2 weeks ago. How often do you leave home late for work or for class? You can say I usually leave home late for class. Okay, or I sometimes, you can say sometimes leave home late for class, or you can say I rarely leave home late for class. You can also say I seldom leave home late for class. Or you can also say I never leave home late for class. Or you can say always, I always late. Okay, so it's up to you which one you choose. I often. You can say I often. You can say I often, or you can also say I often. Both pronunciation is okay. I often leave home late for class. So these words that I changed many times, this is frequency adverbs. Frequency adverbs here. Frequency. I'm going to write here. Frequency adverbs. We use them usually in present simple tense before the verb. Before the verb to answer the question, how often? This is the verb. Let's make different color. Leave is the verb, you see? Leave. So before the verb, we use frequency adverbs to talk about or to answer the question of how often. How often? Okay. Now, when you go to parties, do you usually have a good time? It's a yes/no question. Yes, I do. Yes, comma, I do. Or you can also say, no, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. Do you usually have a good time? No, I don't. Or yes, I do. All right, so that's done. Where do you usually meet your friends? Where do you usually meet your friends? So I usually meet my friends, let's say in a park, or in a park, or you can say in a cafe. In a cafe. Sorry, in a cafe. I usually meet my friends in a cafe. Right? That's it. I usually meet my friends in a cafe. Have you ever waited more than an hour for somebody who was late? I don't think so. So, no, I have never waited for someone for such a long time. Yes? No, I have never waited for someone for such a long time. And that's it, guys. So in this way, we've finished 2C as well. And then in the next video, we will continue with 3A. So leave your comments if you got any comments or questions. Leave in the comment section, and I will try to answer them as much as I can. Thank you.